Startups across Africa are booming, but what are governments, CEOs and investors doing to bring together the talent and technology of so many countries? Welcome to The Exchange from our studio here in Doha. Now, the countries and companies of Africa's tech ecosystem are diverse, but new ways are emerging for entrepreneurs to collaborate across borders and capitalise on natural advantages like demographics and network coverage. Well, according to the United Nations, Africa is the continent with the world's youngest population. 70% of people are under the age of 35, 40% are under 15, and that's the age group that was born into the digital age. Well, close to 500 million Africans have a smartphone subscription. That's higher than the US and UK combined. Companies are capitalising on these ultra-connected customers, and tech startups are emerging at a rapid rate. So fast, in fact, that the growing ecosystem of African tech firms is predicted to be worth $712 billion by 2050. So how are governments harnessing all this potential? Well, over the last decade, Ethiopia has been one of Africa and the world's fastest growing economies. Let's go to the capital, Addis Ababa, and speak to the Minister of Labour and Skills, Her Excellency Meferahat Kamil. Minister, what are you doing to stimulate Ethiopian innovation, and how is that impacting the rest of the continent?
Ethiopia is embarked upon a very comprehensive reform agenda since 2018. As part of the reform agenda, investing on human capital has become a #1 priority. The government has taken several initiatives following this commitment. The first one is, institutionalizing the subject matter itself, innovation and entrepreneurship. Ethiopia believes that developing together with its neighbors. So as our fates are together, we are very much committed to work with our sisterly and brotherly countries in integrating in terms of infrastructure, the free trade agreement, and there are other regional integration as well.
Well, as we've heard from the minister there, government strategies and free trade agreements are helping to set the right conditions for companies to grow. But what about practical support on the ground for smaller firms? Our reporter Deji Badmus went to meet a tech entrepreneur whose passion for supporting African retailers has led to a $100 million investment.
Yes, Guy, informal stores or shops like the one behind me account for most retail sales across Africa. But there's one problem: getting their supplies from manufacturers. That's exactly where the B2B embedded finance tech platform Trade Depot comes in, serving as a bridge between manufacturers and retailers using technology. Driving the operation is CEO and co-founder Onyekachi Izukane. He and his team are literally connecting consumer brands in Africa directly to a target market of retail outlets across the continent.
In Africa, the bulk of this retail doesn't happen in the big supermarkets. It happens in small neighborhood stores. And our thing is to create an e-commerce experience for these retailers so they have a platform that they can get everything they need from.
Today, Trade Depot stocks a wide range of inventories of consumer goods in its warehouses. It is from here that orders placed by retailers are then distributed to their doorsteps.
You can simply just identify the items you want and place a request on an app, by calling a toll-free line, by chatting over WhatsApp, whatever. And then our job is to identify these items you want and get them across to you by the next day.
The firm now serves a network of thousands of retailers across Africa. It also provides credit lines to enable these retailers access inventory and pay in installments as they sell on to their own customers.
75% of our user base is female-owned or female-led, right? Now, a lot of these folks normally have no way of getting access to credit.
In 2021, Trade Depot raised over $100 million in equity and debt funding to scale its operations and bring in more retailers into its platform. The Nigerian-based company is one of the success stories of tech startups on the continent.
Now, from one success story to an initiative aiming to create thousands more. The Global Startup Africa Awards and Fund connects companies and investors across the continent. I spoke to its founders about what it takes to turn isolated examples of innovation into Pan-African prosperity.
The Global Innovation Initiative Group, our primary objective is to find, fund and grow globally relevant innovation in Africa. We have grown a pipeline, or have a growing pipeline, of over 15,000 solutions, solving some of the world's most critical challenges. And together with that, we have a Pan-African network in order to connect and enable the different ecosystems that we work in.
There are various studies that have been done. The markets show the forecasts up until 2075 that population demographics are one of the fundamental key drivers of global growth. There is only one young continent, and that is Africa.
Now it's time for our regular feature, Business in 60 Seconds. Start the clock. New York mega venue Madison Square Garden will hold its AGM this month. The venue has hosted some of the world's biggest acts and sporting events this year, which shareholders will be hoping will translate into good results. With huge acts booked for 2024, it could be an exciting year for concert goers in the area. Tech giant Microsoft will be hosting its AGM this month too. Microsoft in the last month has announced it will be launching a new chip product for upcoming AI projects. Shareholders will be hoping that this will prove to be good news for the company's stock price. And American wholesale chain Costco will declare their quarterly results this month. The huge company has grown from strength to strength this year, with consumers looking for more price-conscious deals as they shop. The company has rolled out a new initiative offering members a free $40 voucher, which they'll be hoping customers are quick to snap up. So with a thriving business ecosystem, companies across Africa are finding fresh ways to connect and attract new customers. If politicians and investors and CEOs can continue to inspire Africa's youthful, tech-savvy populations, the future then looks bright for the world's second biggest continent. Well, that's all we have time for on this edition of the show. Thanks for watching. Please do check out euronews.com for all your latest business news, and join us again next time on The Exchange.